What if I told you your body is either burning fat or storing fat while you sleep, and one simple mistake at night could be shutting that fat burning switch off? Tonight, I'm going to show you the science backed nighttime fat burning hack that most people completely ignore and how to fix it starting today. Every night, as you close your eyes, your body makes a silent decision that determines your future, whether to burn fat or store it. And most people have no idea that this choice is being made while they sleep. You've been told that fat loss is about calories, about willpower, about eating less and moving more. But the truth is far more powerful and far more dangerous to ignore, because your body doesn't simply burn fat on command. It follows signals, hormonal signals. And the most powerful one of all is insulin. Insulin is not just a blood sugar hormone. It is the master switch that decides whether your body is in fat burning mode or fat storing mode. When insulin is high, your body is locked into storage. It doesn't matter how little you ate earlier. It doesn't matter how hard you worked out. Fat burning shuts down completely. And here's the part that should stop you in your tracks. Most people spike insulin at the worst possible time, right before bed. Late night snacks, sugary tea, a small dessert just to relax. Even foods that seem harmless, like fruit, biscuits, or a handful of nuts, can keep insulin elevated for hours. And when that happens, your body is forced into sugar burning mode all night long. Instead of tapping into stored fat, your body burns through circulating glucose. And when that runs out, it doesn't switch to fat. It slows your metabolism. It protects fat. It preserves it because insulin told it to. This isn't opinion. This is basic human physiology. Studies in metabolic science have shown that elevated insulin levels suppress lipolysis, the process of breaking down stored fat. In simple terms, when insulin is high, your fat cells are locked shut. Now think about this. You sleep for 6, 7, maybe 8 hours. That's 1/3 of your entire day, and it's the longest continuous period where your body could be burning fat without interruption. No meals, no snacks, no external fuel, just your body using what it has stored. But if insulin is high when you go to bed, that entire window is wasted, 6 to 8 hours gone. Not burning fat, not improving your metabolism, not moving you closer to your goals, just maintaining the same cycle. And over weeks, months, years, that adds up to stubborn weight gain, especially around the belly, because abdominal fat is highly sensitive to insulin. The more often insulin spikes, the more that fat is preserved. This is why so many people feel stuck. They eat healthy during the day. They try to make better choices, but one small habit at night quietly cancels everything out. The truth is, your body is designed to burn fat at night, but only under one condition. Insulin must be low. When insulin drops, something incredible happens. Your body shifts gears. It enters a different metabolic state, a state where fat is no longer protected, but used. Stored fat begins to break down into fatty acids. These fatty acids are released into the bloodstream and used as fuel. Your liver converts some of them into ketones, an efficient energy source that powers your brain and body while you sleep. At the same time, growth hormone increases. This is one of your body's most powerful fat-burning and repair hormones. It helps preserve muscle, accelerate recovery, and mobilize fat stores. But growth hormone and insulin cannot both be high at the same time. When insulin rises, growth hormone is suppressed. So every late night snack doesn't just add calories, it shuts down an entire hormonal cascade that is meant to heal you and burn fat while you rest. Now here's the shift that changes everything. What if instead of working harder during the day, you simply stopped interfering with your body at night? What if you gave your body a clear signal that it's safe to burn fat? That signal is simple. Stop eating 3 to 4 hours before bed. It sounds almost too easy, but the science behind it is profound. When you stop eating, insulin begins to fall. Not instantly, but steadily. Within a few hours, your body transitions from a fed state into a fasting state, blood sugar stabilizes, insulin drops, and the door to fat burning slowly opens. By the time you go to sleep, your body is no longer focused on processing food. It's focused on repair, regulation, and fat utilization. And throughout the night, with no incoming calories, your body is forced to rely on stored energy, not because you forced it, but because you finally allowed it. People who practice early dinners or time-restricted eating consistently show improvements in insulin sensitivity, reduced body fat, and better metabolic health, not because they starve themselves, but because they align with how the body is designed to function. And the most powerful part? This happens while you sleep. No extra workouts, no extreme diets, no constant struggle, just one decision, repeated consistently. But here's where most people fail. They underestimate the impact of small habits. A cup of tea with sugar, a late-night snack while watching TV, a healthy bite before bed. Each one seems insignificant, but metabolically, they are not small. They are signals. Signals that tell your body to stay in storage mode, signals that delay fat burning for hours. And your body listens every single time. The difference between someone who struggles with fat loss and someone who sees consistent results often comes down to these invisible windows of time. What happens when no one is watching? What happens in those quiet hours before sleep? Because that's when your hormones are making decisions on your behalf. And tonight, you have a choice. You can follow the same routine, eat late, snack a little, go to bed with insulin elevated, and wake up unchanged. Or you can do something different. Finish your last meal earlier, give your body space, let insulin fall, let your metabolism shift, let your body finally do what it was designed to do. Burn fat while you sleep. And if you repeat that choice night after night, you won't just see change. You'll feel it in your energy, in your focus, in your body, because real transformation doesn't happen in the moments you're trying the hardest. It happens in the moments you stop getting in your own way. Every night when the world goes quiet and most people crawl into bed, an incredible opportunity emerges, an opportunity that most people are completely unaware of. Nighttime is not just a period of rest. It is the single most powerful window your body has to heal, repair, and yes, burn fat. But most people waste it entirely without even realizing. Sleep is designed to be a restorative period. Your body doesn't just turn off, it goes into repair mode. Hormones fluctuate, cells regenerate, tissues rebuild, and your metabolism, it shifts into its most efficient fat-burning state. But this natural process is delicate and it is easily sabotaged. The problem is that most people have unknowingly programmed their nights to work against them. They think that eating healthy at night is harmless. A small snack, a slice of bread, a handful of nuts, or even a sweet fruit before bed, these are treated as minor indulgences. But metabolically, they are anything but minor. Here's the science you need to understand. Your body has two major fuel systems. One burns sugar, one burns fat. The sugar-burning system is quick, immediate, and relies heavily on insulin. The fat-burning system is slower, more efficient, and kicks in when insulin is low. At night, if insulin is high from late eating, your body is forced to stay in sugar-burning mode. Fat burning is paused completely. This is why sleep and fat loss are so intimately connected. If your insulin remains elevated when you fall asleep, your body cannot switch into fat-burning mode. Instead, it continues to hold onto fat, especially around the belly, hips, and thighs. Studies have repeatedly shown that elevated evening insulin correlates strongly with increased body fat and disrupted circadian rhythms. Essentially, late-night eating rewires your body to store fat, not burn it while you sleep. And it's not just fat that suffers. High insulin at night can disrupt other crucial processes. Growth hormone, the body's natural repair, and fat-burning hormone peaks during deep sleep. But if insulin is elevated, growth hormone production is suppressed. This means your body misses out on one of the most critical fat-burning and cell repair periods of the day. Over time, this leads to stubborn weight gain, fatigue, and even increased risk of metabolic diseases like type 2 diabetes. Nighttime is supposed to be your secret weapon. Your metabolism slows slightly to conserve energy, but your body becomes incredibly efficient at burning stored fat. Autophagy, the cellular cleaning process that removes damaged cells and regenerates tissues, ramps up. Your liver switches to using stored fat to produce energy in the form of ketones. Your body, if left undisturbed, becomes a fat-burning machine. But here's the shocking part. Most people sabotage this process with just a few bites of food after dinner. Every small snack spikes insulin, resets the metabolic clock, and forces your body out of fat-burning mode. You go to sleep thinking you are resting, but in reality, your metabolism is stuck in neutral. You are literally sleeping your fat away into storage. Scientific studies have shown that those who consume meals earlier in the evening and avoid late-night eating experience improved insulin sensitivity, better fat loss, and even more restful sleep. Timing of meals is not a small factor. It is one of the strongest predictors of metabolic health. Eating late at night is associated with higher rates of obesity, impaired glucose tolerance, and elevated risk of cardiovascular disease. Your nightly routine is either your greatest ally or your worst enemy, and every choice matters. Imagine your body as a factory. During the day, you supply it with fuel, food, energy, sugar, and carbs. At night, the factory doesn't need a constant supply. It is designed to tap into its stored reserves to clean, repair, and optimize itself. But if you keep feeding it extra fuel late at night, the factory never switches gears. It keeps processing incoming energy instead of cleaning out waste, repairing machinery, and burning fat. This is why the timing of your last meal is more important than almost anything else in your fat loss journey. So what does this mean in practice? It means your dinner matters more than your breakfast, your lunch, or even your workout. The closer your last meal is to bedtime, the more likely your body will store fat instead of burning it. Conversely, eating a nutrient-dense early dinner allows insulin to drop naturally before sleep. This drop signals your body that it is safe to burn fat, produce growth hormone, and engage in cellular repair. Research supports this. Studies in circadian biology and metabolic science reveal that aligning eating patterns with the body's natural day-night cycle dramatically improves fat loss and metabolic health. Late-night eaters are not only more likely to gain weight, but they are also more prone to insulin resistance, inflammation, and sleep disturbances. In short, what you do at night can either set the stage for transformation or guarantee stagnation. And it's not just about avoiding carbs or calories. Even high-protein snacks can trigger insulin spikes if consumed too close to bedtime. The key is timing, not just content. By finishing your last meal at least 3 hours before sleep, you create the conditions for your body to shift fully into fat-burning mode. You allow insulin to fall, growth hormone to peak, and autophagy to proceed unhindered. You give your metabolism the space to do what it was designed to do. Consider this: the body's natural circadian rhythm is wired for fat burning at night. Humans evolved in a world without late-night fridges and convenient snacks. For tens of thousands of years, the hours before sleep were fasting hours. The body became efficient at mobilizing stored fat during this window. Modern eating habits, late dinners, midnight snacks, sweetened drinks, are in direct conflict with these natural rhythms, creating a perfect storm for fat storage and metabolic dysfunction. But the good news is that this is entirely within your control. You don't need fancy supplements, extreme workouts, or restrictive diets. All you need is awareness and discipline. By respecting the natural rhythm of your body, by allowing your nights to become what they were designed to be, you unleash the most powerful fat-burning period of your life. Imagine waking up lighter, with more energy, with a sense of progress before your feet even hit the floor. That is the power of aligning your eating habits with your body's natural nighttime fat-burning cycles. Nighttime is your chance to repair, restore, and reclaim control over your metabolism. Every choice you make tonight, every bite you take or skip, is a signal to your body. It is literally programming your metabolism while you sleep. And when you finally let your body work the way it was designed to, you don't just lose fat, you reclaim health, energy, and a sense of mastery over your own physiology. Your nights can become the most potent tool in your fat loss journey, the secret weapon that works while you sleep silently, efficiently, powerfully. The science is clear, the research is compelling, and the results are undeniable. All it takes is one decision. Respect the nighttime window, finish your last meal early, and let your body do what it was born to do. Fat burning, repair, and rejuvenation while the world sleeps. What if I told you that the single most powerful fat burning opportunity in your day happens when you're doing absolutely nothing, when you're sleeping, resting, or fasting without thinking about it? Most people chase workouts, count calories, and stress about every bite. But the truth is that your body's overnight fasting period is one of the most potent fat-burning tools you already have, and nearly everyone completely ignores it. When you finish dinner early, give your body space, and skip late-night snacks, something incredible begins to happen. Your insulin levels, which may have been elevated from the day's meals, start to drop. Not instantly, but steadily. And as insulin falls, a switch flips. Your body shifts from storing energy to accessing it. Your fat cells, which have been holding on to energy for weeks, months, sometimes years, suddenly release their contents into the bloodstream, ready to be used. This process, called lipolysis, is your body's natural fat-burning mechanism, but here's the catch. It only works when insulin is low. If you keep eating late at night, this window never opens. You're literally sleeping your fat away into storage. This is not theory, it's science. Researchers studying metabolism have found that overnight fasting leads to improved insulin sensitivity, reduced visceral fat, and better overall metabolic health. One study showed that participants who aligned their eating patterns with the body's natural day-night cycle lost significantly more weight than those who ate later, even when total calories were the same. Another study revealed that fasting for 12 to 14 hours overnight improved blood sugar regulation and increased the body's ability to use fat as fuel. These aren't small changes. These are powerful physiological adaptations that modern lifestyles have robbed most people of. The genius of overnight fasting is that it works while you sleep. No extra workouts, no complex diets, no supplements. Your body does the work quietly, efficiently, and automatically, if only you give it the chance. When insulin falls and glucose availability decreases, the body begins converting stored fat into fatty acids, which are then broken down in the liver to produce ketones. Ketones provide energy for your brain and muscles, allowing you to remain alert and functional in the morning while your body is literally burning stored fat all night. But it's not just fat loss. Extended overnight fasting has profound effects on other aspects of health. Growth hormone, which peaks during deep sleep, is one of the most powerful fat-burning hormones in the human body. It preserves lean muscle tissue, improves cellular repair, and mobilizes fat from stubborn areas. When insulin is high, growth hormone is suppressed. When insulin falls during a prolonged fast, growth hormone surges, amplifying the fat-burning effects of sleep. Imagine your body performing this intricate symphony of repair, regeneration, and fat mobilization, all without conscious effort. That is the hidden power of overnight fasting. Most people sabotage this potential with habits they think are harmless. A cup of tea with sugar, a handful of nuts, a small snack just to tide them over. Each of these behaviors triggers insulin release, resetting the body's metabolic clock and delaying fat burning. Over weeks, months, and years, these small interruptions add up, keeping the body in a perpetual fat storing mode. It's subtle, invisible, and insidious. You wake up, feel tired, wonder why the scale isn't moving, and never realize that the real culprit has been your nighttime routine all along. This is why timing matters more than ever. Aligning your eating schedule with your body's natural circadian rhythm transforms nights from wasted hours into fat-burning power periods. By finishing dinner early and allowing 12 to 14 hours of fasting until breakfast, you create the conditions for maximal fat oxidation. Your metabolism shifts. Your liver ramps up ketone production. Autophagy, the cellular cleaning process that removes damaged cells, accelerates. Your body becomes a lean, efficient fat-burning machine, all while you are asleep. The evolutionary perspective makes this even more striking. Humans evolved without refrigerators, microwaves, or midnight snacks. The body became incredibly efficient at utilizing stored energy during periods of overnight fasting. Our modern eating habits, with late dinners and late night snacks, are in direct conflict with these ancient rhythms. This mismatch between biology and behavior is a primary driver of obesity, insulin resistance, and metabolic disorders in today's society. By reclaiming the natural overnight fast, you reconnect with the biology that your body has relied on for millennia, and you unlock a powerful built-in fat-burning tool. The beauty of this approach is that it is both simple and profound. You don't need to stress over calorie counting, meal timing during the day, or expensive supplements. You simply respect your body's natural rhythm. Eat your last meal early. Keep it balanced with healthy fats, protein, and low-carb vegetables. Avoid late-night snacks. Give your body the uninterrupted window it needs to drop insulin, elevate growth hormone, and activate fat-burning pathways. Repeat this consistently, night after night, and the cumulative effects are astonishing. The results go beyond fat loss. Extended overnight fasting improves sleep quality, enhances mental clarity, stabilizes blood sugar, and reduces inflammation. Studies indicate that those who regularly fast overnight have improved cardiovascular markers, lower risk of metabolic disease, and better overall longevity. This is not just about looking better. It's about functioning better, living healthier, and reclaiming control over your metabolism. And the most powerful part, you don't have to do anything while it happens. Your body works quietly and efficiently, burning fat, repairing cells, and optimizing hormone balance, all while you rest. This is the ultimate low-effort, high-reward strategy that almost no one applies consistently. Yet it is available to anyone willing to respect the power of timing and the natural rhythm of the human body. Every late-night snack you skip, every dinner you finish early, every decision to let your body fast overnight is a vote for your health, your metabolism, and your long-term vitality. This is not about deprivation. It is about alignment, aligning your behavior with your body's natural science-backed physiology. And when you do, you unlock a hidden potential that is astonishing, life-changing, and entirely within your control. So tonight, when you sit down for dinner, remember this. What you do in the next few hours can either sabotage your fat-burning potential or unleash it. Finish your meal earlier, skip the snacks, give your body space, allow insulin to fall, growth hormone to rise, and fat burning to begin. By the time you lay your head on the pillow, you'll have already started transforming your metabolism. This is the power of overnight fasting. It is simple, it is natural, it is overwhelmingly effective, and it is waiting for you every single night. Your body is ready to burn fat while you sleep. The question is, will you give it the chance, or will you keep sabotaging the one window that holds the key to effortless, natural fat loss?